Hey there, future astronauts and space explorers. We love our cars, buses, and airplanes, right? And who doesn't love a warm home in the winter? These things need energy to run, and a lot of that energy comes from oil and natural gas. These fuels are like treasures buried deep beneath the Earth's surface. We've been digging them up for centuries to power our world. But here's the catch: they're not renewable. Oil and natural gas formed over millions of years from ancient plants and animals. They're like fossil fuels, and just like fossils, once we use them up, they're gone. It's like having a giant treasure chest that we keep taking from, but we can't put anything back in. Scientists and engineers are working hard to figure out how long these fuels will last, but one thing's for sure: we can't keep relying on them forever. We need to find new sustainable ways to power our planet. Think solar, wind, and maybe even something out of this world. So what's a space-loving, energy-hungry planet to do? Well, some scientists believe the answer might lie not beneath our feet, but above our heads in the vast expanse of space. Hold on to your helmets, because this next part is truly out of this world. What if I told you that space itself could be home to massive amounts of fuel, similar to oil and natural gas? You heard that right. Scientists believe that certain asteroids, comets, and even some planets contain hydrocarbons, the same building blocks as the fuels we use here on Earth. These space rocks were formed billions of years ago during the early days of our solar system. They're like time capsules, holding ancient materials that could potentially give us a much-needed energy boost. Imagine cosmic gas stations floating around in the universe. It sounds like something straight out of a science fiction movie, but it might be closer to reality than we think. Now, you might be wondering, how do we even know these space rocks contain fuel? That's where some seriously cool technology comes in, including something called radar. You probably know radar helps us track airplanes and predict the weather, but did you know it can also be used to study objects in space? It's true. Scientists use powerful radar telescopes to send radio waves into space. These waves bounce off objects like asteroids and travel back to Earth. By analyzing the reflected signals, scientists can learn a lot about the composition of these celestial bodies. It's like giving an asteroid an ultrasound, but instead of sound waves, we use radio waves. These radar echoes can reveal the presence of hydrocarbons, indicating the potential for space-based fuel sources. Of course, finding these cosmic fuel reserves is just the first step. Getting our hands on them is a whole other challenge. Section 4. Space mining. Not so easy, Space Cowboy. Extracting resources from space is no easy feat. It's a bit like trying to mine gold from the bottom of the ocean. It's dark, it's dangerous, and it's really expensive. First, we need to develop spacecraft capable of reaching these distant asteroids and comets. Then we need to figure out how to mine the fuel without damaging the spacecraft or sending space rocks hurtling towards Earth. Once we've mined the fuel, we need to transport it back to Earth. That means building special space tankers and figuring out how to safely land them without causing any mishaps. As you can imagine, all of this requires incredible engineering, advanced technology, and a whole lot of money. But even if we manage to overcome these challenges, we still need to process the space fuel here on Earth. It's likely to be in a raw form, so we'll need to refine it before we can use it to power our cars and homes. It's a complicated process, but hey, humanity has overcome big challenges before, right? Section 5. Energy exploration from Earth to the stars. While the idea of space fuel is super exciting, we can't put all our eggs in one basket. We need to explore all our options here on Earth too. Remember those treasure chests of oil and natural gas we talked about earlier? Well, scientists are constantly developing new ways to find and extract those resources more efficiently and with less impact on the environment. They're using advanced technologies, kind of like high-tech versions of the ultrasound machines doctors use. These technologies help them pinpoint exactly where the oil and gas are located, so they can extract them with minimal disturbance to the surrounding environment. Plus, they're developing cleaner ways to burn these fuels, reducing pollution and protecting our planet. But that's not all. We're also getting better at harnessing the power of renewable energy sources like solar, wind, and hydro. These clean energy sources are constantly being replenished by nature, so we can use them without worrying about them running out. It's all about finding a balance. using our resources wisely and exploring every avenue to secure a brighter future for generations to come. So keep your eyes on the stars, my friends. The future of energy might be closer than we think, whether it's hidden deep beneath our feet or floating in the vast expanse of space. The most important thing is that we never stop exploring, innovating, and reaching for the stars.